Hey guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Galatians chapter 2 and verse 20 ought to be a verse that we read every day, a verse that we should come back to even throughout the day, because in it is pretty much a summary of what the Christian life is all about. This is what it says. It says, I have been crucified with Christ, and it is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for me. So again, this pretty much captures what the Christian life is really all about. And it's really just all about Christ. It's about putting ourselves aside for Christ. It's about recognizing that our lives are no longer about us, but about Him. It's all about us fixing our eyes on Christ, making our lives all about Christ, centering our hearts and our minds and our whole being and our whole life around Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. The more and more we get out of the way, the more and more Christ can step forward. The more and more we step off the stage, the more and more Christ can shine. And so this verse kind of leads us into that frame of thought. It's no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. It's very easy for us to become focused on self and to become self-interested. As time goes on, we begin to start living for ourselves. And if we're not careful, the more and more we live for ourselves, the more and more Christ will be pushed out. And life will no longer be about Him, but about us. And so it's good for us to remember each and every day what our life is really about. And it's about really living out His life through us. And so as we do our reading today, let's really pause and meditate on Galatians chapter 2 and verse 20. Focus on it, read it maybe several times until it gets etched into our minds. And then throughout the day, keep it playing in our minds to help us to be reminded that I should be living for Christ, not for myself, but for Him. I should not be focused on myself so much as I'm focused on Him, fixing my eyes on Him, the author and finisher of my faith, living a life pleasing to Him and allowing Him to shine forth through me. So these are some things we can reflect on, especially when we come across Galatians chapter 2 and verse 20. Hopefully these things were helpful for you today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.